What's up, peoples? It's a terraformer, and let's go on a Link to the Past on the 3rd edition, because this is not myself currently playing, for reasons. Not really sure why. Well, no, I do know why, perfectly clear. This hack just kind of, all the quality all the way home, like the pigs. They did that. This stage isn't too bad. It's like, it could be shorter, it could have a midpoint, but it doesn't really need any of those things. It just kind of, that'll kill you. It didn't kill me my first time, but it sure did kill me a few times after I knew it was there. And yeah, I don't know what the hell the graphic is, but it does have a skull on it, so you might want to beware. You're in for a scare. So, there's just some things going on. Generic little airship, like, shoot every projectile at you in the world. There's a section here. This is like the only time I actually get past it while not taking damage, because there's just a lot of stuff going on there, but you didn't really see it because I think it exploded, and I think that's really the only way to get past it. I've tried many different ways to get past it, because pretty much, well, that doesn't really have anything to do with it, but there's 3 rooms to this. This room has no fitting and bearing into this place of bullets everywhere type cannon fodder action, but there is this section indeed, and it's kind of like awkward. I don't know. I don't really comparatively to the rest of the level, which, is still like C- at best, but still, that's a solid C- for this hack. And yeah, what I did was, once I got, especially since the last stage where I used the tooly tool thing, I put a tool after this room because by the time it took me to get this far, and I think I was probably using a tool at the beginning of the level for power-ups at some point, but then decided it was easier with that. No, actually, I don't even think I did that with this level. I did do it with some of the past levels and some of the future levels. It's pretty neat. Yeah, so then they throw that little bit at the end. I thought you needed a fireball for the other blocks, because they're kind of the same color, I think, the throw blocks, for whatever decision that was, and yeah, I think maybe I did do it a few times with the power-ups until I figured out that, hey, those are throw blocks. kinda dumb. Not really a lot to say about this, just a lot of things thrown at you and you gotta learn it. And it was easy to learn considering I had the load stay at the beginning of this room, so that's always swell and good. Or not really good, or swell at all, but it's good when you're replaying it and you know what the hell to do, at least 3 in the 3rd section. So, on a whim, I decided to look at the Bowser Castle for 4th edition, because I'd seen some of it, and I played a tad of it, and it looked kinda insane, but, I was thinking, like, this design kinda seems similar, so then I look up 4th edition, and it actually is pretty similar for weird. I don't really know why that went on, but it looked at least slightly more doable, but there was still room largely into it where you could not see the floor. And, well, actually, you know what, that was used in the World 8 Castle of Luigi's Adventure, the original. In one of the pathways you could take, you could go on an adventure with Lakitu and not see where the floor is at all. It's pretty good times. That I'll have to experience that before, but maybe it'll be good practice. I don't know. This stage isn't too bad for, well, I'm saying this, but this is after the fact. But, I mean, comparatively, it's not that bad, and it's relatively short. But, the bullets do end up in your face, like, every time. Like, they might be a tile or 2 up or down, but they will generally be in the same place. So if you rush, you die, and I don't really like that, and I don't know how he conjured the black magic of talking to the program and asking it to random generate in your face all the way, but yeah, this part's kind of tricky if you don't. I don't remember if I killed it or despawned it. That Rex will get you because you'll stand on top of here like I'm doing there, and you won't realize, like, hey, you cannot stand there. So, lots of slopes and also Koopas around everywhere. I don't even know what's to the right of here, because I never actually took that path. I'm always just like, hey, I'm here, I want to get closer to the exit as much as possible, so let's do this thing. And I'm pretty sure every muncher in the game, if I haven't mentioned this, by World 6 is an insta-death muncher, which is a terrible decision, as you'll see in a later level, because he uses them like regular munchers, and it's kind of not right at all. It doesn't make any sense at all. So, yeah, I think, because I did some research on the next two worlds, and I looked through them in Lunar Magic just to see if I could possibly do them. Well, I should have known after the end of this world that I would be able to, but from what I saw after, I thought it was going to be really, really bad, and it's only really bad, which is good, because this is already pretty weird. Yeah, this level is kind of forgettable, I think. Well, this half, at least, is pretty damn just kind of there. I beat it only a few tries in. Only like 2 or 3 tries, and I beat this half. Or at least, maybe it was a little more than that, but I'll tell you, the farthest I died. If this is even the level I'm thinking, because the levels kind of start to blur together. This is not the level I'm thinking, but yeah, actually that first half is pretty forgettable. Now I remember which level this is, and this half took me a while also, comparatively to the level that I was thinking of, which was also a while. I dodged those coins pretty well. Yeah, it's not like the worst thing in the world. It's kind of interesting here and there. You figure it out, you can just rush this. Even though it seems unrushable at the beginning, you just learn your way around it and you figure it out, and it's kind of cool. I got like some old school graphics that look really old and outdated. Like nowadays you can see the exact replica of the SMB if you really wanted to, but this jump is pretty evil, I have to say, because me and springboards don't get along already, and then you gotta do it with a weird jump, and I thought that was like the end of the run. You pretty much should bring a shell through here, but you don't really have to because there's a shell provided, because of something didn't spawn. Okay, well, the generator's supposed to spawn you one on your level, even though the generator, I kind of got lucky there. Even though the generator is like a tile above you, if you're at a certain height or stuff, then it will shoot it right at your direction, and yes, the level of freaking things there, that's wonderful. And the thing where you have to push up the mushroom and jump on the thing with the plant, that's pretty tricky. I died to that a lot. I think this was already farther than I've ever gotten, so I was pretty terrified of what could have happened, but luckily I was able to see where I was going pretty soon. I guess it's another loop. Fun, that, it's just kind of repetitively going on. There's another saw, and then you see it, and you're like, hey, I can just do that, and not even have to wait around the entire loop again, because that's not really fun to do, and I'm a little terrified. I don't think I scrolled the screen on purpose, like I usually do, and that was a very nice dodge. That would have been very painful if I did not get that dodge. It would have sucked. It would have sucked, and I get to do another, well, okay, I guess not, again. So we have to play 2nd edition returns again. I don't know if it's in 2nd edition. I'm not that far yet. Don't even mince my words there, even though you already heard it. So yeah, it's only this part though, it would seem, if memory serves me correct. Well, I know it did have multiple pathways, but it was different in this, and like I do that, and it's like so easy, and it was the last world's ghost house thing, and 2nd edition returns, and yeah, so I told you a little bit about this level. Why not tell me a bit about yourself? That didn't even make sense, but whatever. I had to do this for the winning run just because I did it like the first 2 times. Then I kept not doing it. I was like, ah. But I never started over a run for just that. Usually do a little wall jump there too, or a little fractoral wall jump, if you will. I don't like this design because it gets spammed. You see where I am there? You will see it again like 4 times. And that's the problem with these old hacks. It's like they just do the same goddamn thing repetitively. And it's like, I know there's supposed to be focus in a level, and I don't usually tend to do anything resembling focus, but you know, just like do it a little differently. Like a good example would be some of Yapple's levels for a thing. Like, you know, it may be like the same type entities, but they're placed differently. You gotta do different things around them, and yeah, that. Yes, I do show off every path. Oh, come on. Don't get on my case here and be like, no, you didn't do it. You didn't do it. Yes, I do. Look. Just look. Yeah, there's a power-up in the first one. In the second one, there's a door that leads to this stupid room. If you go up to the right, I never experienced it, but I looked it up in Lunar Magic, because I would have showed it, but there was no point, because you just go up the stairs, there's a ledge, and also that guy. That's it. So, there's no reason to show it. And hey, this room has a 1-up. Oh man, it sends you to the beginning of the stage. That's so nice. This room is dumb, and I never beat it. I don't care. I will not beat it. Because all it does is send you back to the second room. So, you know, why bother? I mean, like, in a way, it's kind of neat if a ghost house, like, sends you to many rooms like this that don't really serve a purpose, I guess, in a way. It just resets you back to, like, the room with the hub room, whatever. But, like, when it's just linear design, where it's the same way to get to every room, and then you make the pointless room have, like, really no reason to, because you're gonna die anyway. Like, I don't even know what the point of this room is. I mean, if there's, like, some sort of point to it, I'm talking about level design. It doesn't even freaking matter here. This level is the level. Yeah, opinions on it. Like, you already kind of see a bit of the second half in it, but it's like so much easier than the second half that it's pretty damn forgettable. Like, I'm already closing in on the midpoint, and here's some interesting graphical choices. It's conveyors outside. Oh boy! I hope these are the only conveyors that are used, because I know they will be used in levels coming up. But when I go over it in Lunar Magic, it just says a dirt tile or some shit. Or something. I kind of curse in these videos for whatever reason, I don't know. Life Farm, finally a good one. So, yeah, I know, right, Mario? I'm pretty damn happy about that. So, yeah, I looked at it, and that probably means it's a custom tile. That means it's probably the fast ones. And I mean, I guess I can respect you for putting them so late in the game, but for what you're at, like, that part's dumb. Like, really, because it goes through the damn slopes, and you knew that it goes through the damn slopes, because that's why you made me put it there. It's like, really, don't do that, people. Don't make purposely bad design that'll screw up. This might be like one of the only well, okay, well, it did take me a long time to get to here with an actual power-up, and then also continue to have it to here. This might only be like the second time having it, but it's not really anything helpful like here, because you'll screw up your jumps. These are very, very, like, quote-unquote well-placed in the way that they're pretty hard to do, actually, because, you know, if you hit your head, you're probably gonna die, and sometimes you'll jump and your up button will still be pressed, and you'll press the right button too much and you'll fall and die, and that happened to me so many damn times, and I just want to tell my controller to just bug off sometimes because really didn't want to agree with me in that section. That level took me way longer than it needed to, over 100 lives. Yep, because I grinded, so you can't really tell. I hate this stage. I hate this stage with a burning flame passion, but also kind of like it because I did that. Like, I only like one run did I figure out you can do that. Like, if you hit the Koopa at the correct timing of when you burn it, you can hop off it. And I'm sure that could be used for something somehow, but I can also utilize the fact that I can throw flames through the slopes that are slightly broken. There's a reason why I bring flames. It's borderline required, because, yeah, if you notice here, I just was inside a muncher, and that's because I'm ducking, first of all. But these are insta-death munchers, so if you're not perfectly in the center of this stupid thing, then you get to die. And this part is the part, there's a Koopa that spawns here, and he's required, and that's why I hesitated there. And you can't go back down, there's a Chuckles there too. That Chuckles is basically, I've never gotten past it without a fire or a shell, and the shell barely ever spawns, and the only way you can get the shell to really spawn consistently is to kill everything in the bottom. You can't kill it unless you have fire, so basically you have to really bring a shell all the way up, which I have done, but it doesn't want to work with the plants because they're such tightly spaced plants that you have to drop it on their heads, and it's basically never gonna work out for you. And you know, you can't go down. These are not regular vines where you can just go through them. You stand on top of them. I don't know what Anakitty was thinking designing that section, but also there's no midpoint, by the way, just so you're aware. There was multiple sections, so there can't be a midpoint. There cannot. Yeah, so you may notice I'm not really talking about much. There was a power-up by that mole, but it's so stupid to get, and I've never actually been able to get it. And then you just get to here, and there's finally more to talk about level design-wise. That triangle is kind of a red herring. Unless you're small, you're not going to want to take it, because you're going to want to duck jump off it, which you can do, but it's kind of finicky, because, yeah, these munchers are used like regular munchers, but they are not regular munchers. They're instant death munchers. So if you get grazed by it at all, as a large person individual, I don't know how I got past that. That was the only time I got past it in any time. If you didn't hear, there was a mole there. It will kill you if you fall right away. It will kill you if you fall right away. Just so you're aware. Just so you're aware. You have to do that. Even if you have a fireball and you shoot it and you fall down, you shoot it, you will get hit. And I never got this far without a power-up, so I was pretty thinking much I was dead. I had no idea. I've died to that jump right here. It's like, why is there so much muncher death? I don't know. I can't really say all this because I have done it with lava, but still, at least lava is visually like you will die from this, and also you may also survive in ways. Yeah, the only reason I know that's there is because I noticed it in the place. So, yeah, and lava you can kind of swim in the top, the bottom layer of it. And also, they're not lava tiles, they are insta-death tiles, and that's pretty interesting. A bit kind of dumb also. Yeah, I've never got actually hurt, I never got killed by it, so I don't really know. Yeah, it just kind of happened, and it worked out every time. And getting enemies on slopes, I never really showed it on here, but I get lucky here, and then I don't, because I gotta throw it, well, I did throw it, technically, but I thought I'd throw it at the Koopa and hit the thing, but it's alright. It was still a way of me losing my power-up and thinking, hey, I'm gonna die. Have you noticed the stage is still going on? Because it goes on for like 2 more like screens, at least 3 or something. I died to that Rex. I hit him on the top of his head. He started to crumble, but since he was on a slope, he moved a little to the left, and I died. Yeah, that can happen. And now I'm just trying to. I forgot there was a kicker shell guy here, but then I noticed there was a kicker shell guy here. And I'm like, oh crap! I should have just stood down there or something. What am I gonna do? you just do that. It's not really hard at all in the slightest. You just gotta be prepared for it. Like me! Look it up in Lunar Magic, kids, because I'm the cheater guy, McCheaterson. Well, if it's a hack like this, I don't care. That could have went a lot worse. And I didn't think I was gonna be able to do it. I thought I was gonna need to save state it somewhere. But I didn't. I just had to bring power-ups, and that's fine. For this hack, I had no qualms at all. Did I? Oh, okay, this is the stage where you basically have to be small. You know, weird me, I really like this damn stage. I mean, you can't get that power-up at all to survive, to save your life. But it's like, this stage is pretty neat. It's not that hard, it's not that long, and the boss is not custom changed thing. Well, I mean, in a way that's... you'll see. You will see. But those chains are grabbable, and I think it's done on purpose just to kill you sometimes, or to be utilized in the very next screen that I forgot existed, or something. But, yeah, like... yes, this section is pretty much the hardest section, but if you rush it, then you're fine. And then there's more mashy stuff, because you gotta have the mashy stuff faster, because that's just how it works. And it's kind of just like the same rush. You rush for the same amount of time, you do some jumps, and then hey, and then you do it like 3 times, except this one, both of them are jumpities now, and the other ones didn't really count. You gotta kind of wait here, because if you jump right away, you'll lose your mushroom. And this is as far as I ever gotten. The rest of it I did on reflex, and I'm pretty proud of myself for that. Not that it's really that hard or anything, or that long, or really that hard or anything, but, you know, this section is pretty neat. It's you know, it's there. And there's spikes involved, so you know that they're not insta-death, and I like that. Wasn't really sure how to do this. Or is this not the jump? Yeah, this is the jump, okay, because I do this, yeah. I wasn't really sure how to do that, so I did it a different way, and it worked out pretty well. So yeah, I got this. Oh no, it's so scary. Whatever will I do? The easy way, and Cheez-Its. Yeah, once you know that, it makes things a hell of a lot easier. And at least he allows you to do it until the last one, where he tells you that, hey, I know what you're doing, and you're gonna stop that shit right now, and I'm sorry. And I get like overly excited and passionate, and not really. This isn't a very exciting video. Some levels are decent enough, but, you know, overall, it's just like, some levels, yeah, I didn't even know if I could get in there, but I managed to, and also survive. Just a Rex, just a Rex guy, not a Rex guy. Well, he's kind of like a large Dino Rexatonic Dino. It's Reznor. The name is right in the video right here. It's like, how many times can you fight a Reznor? It's like at the point where I should be speeding up Reznor fights, and also the ending things. I should like be speeding that up too, maybe, just because of how often they are shown in my videos. You remember what this level is? Oh, okay, this level isn't too bad. It's one of those, you don't have a lot of time and you gotta eat berries. And eat berries. I think it's from the wild thornberries, but I don't remember the exact replica of why this animal was saying it. But I think it was in... Why am I remembering this specifically? I don't know. It's been many years, but like they were like destroying the rainforest, and you gotta have one of those episodes, right? And there was one of the animals. And he's like, I think it was like a sloth, because he was lazy. Obviously, he's like, I eat berries. He's very happy to eat berries, and yeah. Other than that, the only other thing is that guy from Rocky Horror did the voice for Nigel Thornberry, and other than that, it's all gone. It's all... I don't even know how that all came out, but it did. He even gives multiple Yoshis in the level. How kind of you. And, like, it's weird. Like, the level before this and this level, I don't know how I did that. I've never had a Yoshi this far. But yeah, like they just seem more like they're getting fair, or which is odd because I've seen Beyond and they don't do that. So I don't know. There's like a middle ground where these maybe were the last levels he put together, and he was getting a hang of things better, and so that's good. So at least some levels will be welcoming and stuff, and inviting, and you know, I don't know how I survived all this, but I did. Obviously, you're seeing it, so I'm not gonna show failure in these videos. I apologize. I just, whatever. I even keep the Yoshi. Wow, isn't that like the most impressive thing in the world? For which I never get to actually use him, which I did, actually, because this level doesn't have a Yoshi filter, but I lost him pretty quickly. This level is weird, because it's kind of neat, but this section's kind of slightly dumb, also, because it's very spammed up to his house, but then once you learn a good way to get through it, it's not really hard at all. That guy killed me once. He hit me into the launcher, he hit me up the platform, and I died. And it was pretty swell, and too bad you'll never get to see it, but I can describe it, so, I mean, that's kind of similar also. I mean, I guess you can get through there, but this is kind of somewhat reminiscent of a certain Mega Man Wily Stage 1 for the Nintendo Mega Man 2. Little bit. A tad bit. So I never got past this part with a power-up, so what do? I get past it with a power-up and then beat the stage. It was kind of required for me to beat it. You will see why. So yeah, but other than that, it's like really simple. It's like probably the easiest level in the world. Not in the entire world or even the hack, but just this particular world of this thing. I think this is required. I don't know. I've never done it any other way. So yeah, which was like 2 other times besides this. Yeah, that's how many freaking times I died in the first section. This was the cakewalk comparatively. And yeah, there's not really much else to say until we get to the thing, and then you automatically get hurt. It's like, I've seen this before too, but I forget where, and I think it was Faltos who was playing it too, and yeah, it's like kinda like, why? I mean, I guess you want to make it harder to just do something that will kill the player instantly if they don't have a power-up. But still, it's really freaking hard to dodge anything in that, and I don't think I would have been able to do it without dodging it. I will never find out, because I won't replay the stage unless it appears again, but which I wouldn't put that past Anakitty. I don't know what the hell that means, but it's there, possibly to exert Mario, possibly to exert player. I don't know, but there's 2 worlds left, and I'm happy for that. So where does this pipe take us? I show it, don't worry.